We come out here to slackline. A lot of people call that like tightrope walking or chain walking, stuff like that. So, you know, we just come out here to have fun. We put these things up between the trees, and we'll barbecue or picnic or whatever, and we'll see how long we can stand on it, or we can see if we can do tricks on it. It really tones your abs and your leg muscles, and it really helps you find your center of gravity. I'd say in Las Vegas, there's several hundred people slacking.
You're too fat. That's every time.
I first knew there was going to be some controversy when I got kicked out of the park, and I knew I wasn't just going to leave and you know, like just take it. I realized then that I had to contact, you know, someone working for either Parks and Rec or someone from my local government. Before that, everyone just thought it was kind of a joke, and it was like, oh, you know, circus act, or I mean, some of the police officers were friendly. Some of them are just kind of like, you know, you're idiot. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna hurt yourself. But they still let me do it, so I didn't care what they called me.
Well, my understanding is it's been going on for a while, and the Parks Department didn't even know that folks were doing it. That's how benign the activity's been. I think what happened when we changed the response area for the park police to only cover a few parks, they're now centralized in those parks, so they're there a lot more often. And they're in Sunset Park. That's one of the parks that were left to their jurisdiction. So while they were there, one of the park police probably saw some young folks slacklining in one of the areas and went over and, quite frankly, probably didn't understand what it was, that it was an organized thing, and might have thought it was mischievous, but it certainly wasn't. They weren't doing any damage, and hopefully that communication has been improved and we won't have it anymore.
We kind of came to a consensus about, like, they're going to write some guidelines about tree diameter and whether or not we can do it on certain trees. Some people that are really conscientious of the trees start yelling at me and, you know, start throwing out, you know, well, you might be giving the trees diseases, I think some people said, and ripping down the trees, and I just kind of ignore those people.
This is a rope that's put around the tree with a piece of carpet so it doesn't cut through the bark of the tree. It's my understanding that they've tested this, that the trees are okay. They tied it at the base of the tree. It's caused no damage to the trees. It just ties a line between the two of them, and I guess you could make the argument that the blades of grass suffer when they walk on them too, but I don't think that's an issue.
It shouldn't have to be fought for, you know. We're not like fighting for women's rights here. We're not fighting for freedom of speech. We're just fighting to like walk on a piece of, you know, webbing between some trees. If they're gonna, you know, cause a ruckus, then I'll do what I can to make sure that we can do it at the park.
Not quite.